Hey guys, I'm delivering over here to US Steel, and this is kind of a big, it's over by Pittsburgh. This was not fun getting in here. Anywhere near Pittsburgh's not fun. I mean, it worked out okay. It's just tight roads, and you got to make sure you make every turn right. Can't miss one. So anyway, I'm gonna put this up here and try to find my way into where I delivered. Confused because I'm gonna get out and look around. The forklift driver said come on in, but this is gonna be a tight turn. Holy cow. Let's see what we can do here. Wiping out that sign. You just want me to line up along these tracks?
Yeah, right with that rail. I want to get you offloaded.
Okay. You guys didn't bother making any extra space, did you? You guys didn't bother making any extra space, did you?
They're going to take more of it here for long.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're on Tarping, I'll be back.
Yeah, okay. Holy cow. A little bit of a stressful delivery just getting here and getting in the facility. Okay, I'm going to get busy on Tarping. I don't think I'm going to record it.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, guys, welcome back to another week, another video. I'm going to just do this week is going to be, instead of doing a video for each load, I'm just going to compile everything into one video. I'll probably cut a bunch out, but let's talk about the first load of the week, and then we'll get into that video here. So the first load of the week was Pennsylvania to Kentucky. It was small coils, eye to the sky. Let's see, I can't remember how many there were. Well, watch the video and you'll see. That load went pretty well. There wasn't really any problems with it other than they stacked it wrong on the trailer. Watch the video, you'll see what I mean. That one was tarped with 4-foot tarps. I put a few blankets up there just to keep the tarps from getting cut. And that was starting out Monday, and I delivered that Tuesday. So go ahead and watch the video, see what you guys think, and then we'll get on to the next load after that one. Guys, got a load of coils here. This is Carnegie, Pennsylvania, going to Kentucky. That noisy, every time it releases air, it makes a squeak. That's gonna get annoying. They kind of screwed up. So they loaded me with the crane inside the building, and I told them this is the center point, center the weight here, and they had 5 stacks of 2. Well, they loaded 2 and 2, and then they said, where do you want us to put the third one? And I'm like, or the 5th stack, because they had 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the center. And I'm like, you guys, we talked about this. Center it up. They should have put 1 right in the center, and then they should have put 2 ahead of center, 2 behind center to make 5 pallets. But they already had it all loaded before before asking me. I should have been out there inspecting them, but I was on the phone to the FMCSA trying to get modus filed for. So I had important shit to do other than actually trucking. That's all right. That's why I had them break it up, you know, instead of doing a double stack, do a single on a single so the weight's right. Won't really change much other than I have to throw a couple more straps, and it would have been nice because it would have been shorter, so I could have got away with one tarp. Oh well. No biggie. It was kind of funny though, because I told him where the center point is. Like, oh, okay, perfect, man. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. We're center up the weight, right? I'm like, yep, center up the weight. You got it, man. And then I come out and I'm like, what the hell happened? I thought we talked about centering up the weight. Oh well. Jeez. Sometimes you got to babysit. He seemed pretty confident. It seemed like he knew what the hell he was doing, but then he must not have did the math right, you know. Because at first he's like, okay, so I'll put 1 there and then 2 here and 2 here, and I'm like, yeah, dude, however it's stacked, you know, I don't know how your stuff's stacked, but whatever, you know, just center the weight to here and we'll be good to go. Then I come out after he gets 4 of these, and I'm like, well, what was that whole talk we had about centering up the weight? So sometimes it's a good idea to babysit, guys. All right, how many? We got quite a bit of straps going. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should be able to throw them all the same direction. Ooh, that's gonna have to go under. Didn't think that through, did I? Now this is where it's nice to have those felt pieces, those felt edge protectors. I'll show you what I mean. That's where it comes in really handy though. On the back one, I don't like to go too extreme because then it kind of holds my tarp up. You know, we could go clear back to here, but it holds that tarp up a little. When you can, I like to put these straps on the spool here instead of the pike, the stake pocket there, because that's sharp on the strap. Sometimes you can't avoid it, but that's where these thick straps come in handy. These are high abrasion resistant. I'd like to go right there, but there's a light, so I'll move it back one. I really need to be right here, and that's on the, I guess we can go right here. Okay, so gonna have to go right there. You can't go in the same pocket. Now we got to strap up against that nice square sharp spot. Actually, that would be better one over. Wait a minute, there's a light there. Okay, they're all ran. Now, some edge protectors to keep our straps from getting cut. That's where these come in really handy. Let's see how many I got in this box. I don't want to have to open up the other box. Those strapped, but they're not locked down yet. And I realized something that I kind of didn't think about. So when we these edges are going to be awful sharp on my tarp, especially right here. So I'm going to put a blanket on over that before I get my big tarps out. And the wind is blowing perfectly, just enough to screw everything up. There we go. Lock that down where it doesn't move, because what happens is that tarp will I forgot to loosen this strap. The main tarp will balloon in the wind, and then this will tend to want to come down. I'm not going to be able to lock that in. It's just going to have to stay there. Okay. All right, guys. On to the tarping video. Fun, fun, fun. This is the funnest part. Let me get it correct. This is the most fun part of flatbed. You guys, in flatbed trucking, we get to run tarps. Everyone else doesn't get to experience this. And so this is really the special spot, special thing about flatbedding. I'll go ahead and give you a sneak preview of what I do. Like that, and then I'll chain that down. Yikes, hang on. You're screwed up. Okay, and I'll chain that down, but that'll hold for now for the wind. Let's go run the other tarp. Doesn't need to be real tight, just tight enough to hold down the chain. Pull a little tighter. It kind of does have a secondary purpose, which this coil can't slide now. It'll hit the stopper. You could get that tighter if you wanted. Okay, let's go lock the back in. And then we're on Easy Street. Oh, that is a tire buster. Let's see. you're doing this, if you have rope hooks, make sure that chain is not going around your rope hook. Bust that rope hook right off. See? Ow. Ooh, it's too tight. Still too tight. Now you can really ratchet down on this by that bar, but no need for that. That's not really a securement chain, that's just a tarp chain. Okay, easy peasy from here on out, guys. I think I'm just gonna do something different today. I'm not gonna, you guys see me run my bungees or my bungee rope all the time. I think today I'm just gonna run bungees and see if I got enough. I don't know if it's any faster or not, to be honest. Guys, I'm over here in Kentucky. These are the coils, so I'm gonna go ahead and get busy untarping. I'm gonna set the camera up to do some time lapse, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hurry up and get this untarped and ready to get it offloaded. All right, guys, the second load of the week. This was going to be Indiana to Decatur, Alabama. This is a single coil. They gave me the choice when I was loading it to load it suicide or shotgun. I chose shotgun just because the strapping and securing is a little bit better, in my opinion, because we can throw straps over the side of the coil. A little less chains involved. And I don't like to use chains because it tears up the aluminum side of the rail. It can kind of wear on the rail a little bit. So I chose shotgun. They pulled me in and they were getting ready to set the coil before I even thought about grabbing the video or the camera. So kick back and relax and watch that video. I did do a long video, non-time lapse on that one, and but I'm probably going to cut quite a bit out because it was loud in there and I couldn't really talk. So so that was just a single coil. I think it was 46,000 pounds or something like that. And that went down to Decatur, Alabama. The only real talk about this one, I pulled right in. They loaded me in a hurry. I tarped it pretty quickly. But the only thing that we really problem with that one was on the delivery side. There was a slight problem on the delivery side where the delivery company didn't know it was coming. They didn't have paperwork on it.
They had 2 facilities, and of course the broker gave me the wrong facility, so I had to drive a little bit down the road to the other plant to deliver it. And also because it was, the BOL said it was going to a different state because of the way the purchase happened. I think I might have did a short video about how that worked out. So kick back and watch how I secured this one, and then we'll get on to the next load after that.
All right, guys. I didn't get my camera on in time. They already loaded me on a coil, so let's go look at it. Alright guys, I am here in Decatur, Alabama with that steel coil, and got a little bit of issues. Let's go look at it. Alright, so everything rode fine, but I went to check in over here and they said, we don't see any notes that you were coming. We don't have any way to receive this coil. And there was a note on my rate confirmation from the broker that when I check in, I have to tell them it's going to a different state. Where was it? Not Wisconsin, Minnesota. No, not Minnesota. Where the hell was it? Michigan. Anyway, and I told him that, and he's like, well, we don't know where that plant is either. So they're calling corporate and trying to figure out what the hell's going on, but I really hope that the broker didn't screw up and send me to the wrong state. There was a specific note from the broker stating that this shipment will say it goes to this state, but don't take it there, take it to Decatur. So even if the broker did screw up, I should be safe because that's what I was told to do, and I have that in writing. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I suspect they'll find it, and we'll be able to unload. But for now, I'm not going to unstrap and untarp and unchain because I might have to take it to a different building. I might have to take it back or take it up to Michigan. I don't know. We'll see. It says here that once you get here, you can go ahead and untarp and unstrap, leave 2 chains on, and then pull around inside the building there, and then they unload it with a crane. So yeah guys, this is Wednesday morning, about 7 in the morning, Alabama time. So I'm just hanging out, seeing what they're going to tell me. All right, guys, all finished with that coil offload, and now I've got a load booked. I've got to go pick up in Mississippi. This is Alabama here. I got to go pick up in Mississippi, and this runs out to Washington State, Olympia, Washington. So kind of in a little bit of a hurry now because I got a long haul ahead of me. So I'm gonna go boogie and go pick up this one. This next one's going to be aluminum coils, 2 aluminum coils, 44,000 pounds, I think. So next stop, Mississippi, pick up some aluminum coils.
All right, guys, this will be the third load of the week, the third and final. This is aluminum coils coming out of Mississippi, going to Olympia, Washington. This was kind of a fun load, a little bit more challenging than some. Aluminum coils are a little bit specific on how you got to tarp them and secure them. They're very, very expensive and they're easily damaged. So I only did time lapse on this one, and hopefully you can see what I did. And yep, so nothing really to talk about here. Everything went pretty straightforward. I'm currently hauling that load right now, and I'll be emptying it out Monday, so this will be a Monday to Monday week. And go ahead and watch the video, which is going to be a real short, just time-lapse video, and then I'll get into the weekly recap, and we'll talk about money, miles, all that stuff. So I hope you enjoy this little snippet. Hopefully you can see what's going on, since it's kind of a long ways away, but that's how I secured it. All right, guys, that is all 3 loads of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of that. And let's get into the weekly recap. Let's talk about the money, the miles, what we did, and weekly strategy. So this week was a specific strategy. My dispatcher brought this up at the beginning of the week. Actually, I think he brought it up over the weekend. And I didn't know that there was a holiday on Friday, Juneteenth. So he said, look, we need to make sure we get a long haul on Wednesday. And I was like, that seems a little early to be getting a long haul, isn't it? And he's like, yeah, but we have Juneteenth coming up on Friday, and we don't want to have to load on Thursday because rates will typically rates will go down on a Thursday when there's a holiday on a Friday. So because all the carriers are trying to cover their trucks Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they need a lot of miles to cover 4 days. So those long haul loads will be kind of hard to come by on that day, depending on, what's going on that week. In this particular week, there's, Friday is a holiday. So that was what we had in mind for the beginning of the week. That was the strategy my dispatcher was trying to accomplish. So when we went from Pennsylvania to Kentucky, that load wasn't really strategic other than it was Monday. Monday's always a pain in the butt to book loads because I call it the Monday morning hangover. All the brokers don't have a clue what their customers have. All the customers don't have a clue what they have. Nobody knows what freight got moved over the weekend. Nobody knows what they have left. And nobody's in a hurry to move anything because they've got all week to do so. So we kind of just booked something that was good. My dispatcher just was focused on, keeping deadhead down, getting a good rate per mile, and pushing it to the next day. Tuesday's a much better day to book loads, so So there wasn't really any strategy there on Monday's load other than we just wanted to get something on the trailer, cover up that day, get on to Tuesday. So then we're on to Tuesday, and now there is more of a strategy because we want to line our truck up in a market that's hot that also has a lot of long hauls for good rates. Well, the logical place to be for that is Alabama, right? So he says, okay, let's try to get a load down to Alabama. There were several options. Nothing really was working out. I had another option that paid better, but it had to deliver straight through, and they stayed open till midnight. I could have gotten there by about 7 or 8 at night. I don't like working that late. Parking becomes a problem. I'm all hot and sweaty from tarping or untarping, and it's difficult to find a parking near a shower at 8 o'clock at night, almost impossible. So I'm like, yeah, let's not do that. I just didn't want to do it, even though the rate was better. So we chose that single coil that went down to Decatur. Great market, bad rate. So that's why we did that single coil load, and then we lined up a perfect long haul load, which was the aluminum coils that went out to Washington State. Now let's talk about money. I think I forgot to mention the money. So Pennsylvania to Kentucky paid $1,800. Then Indiana to Decatur paid $1,200. That's kind of the bad part. Rate per mile, it was pretty good. It was pretty short miles, but day rate, it was pretty awful. $1,200 for a day rate plus tarps. Not where I like to be in this market, but it was a strategic load to get us to a right spot, so that's why we chose it. Then the aluminum coil load was $10,250 to go out to Washington State. I thought that was a pretty good rate. Accomplished everything we needed to accomplish. Lots of miles. Covered up the truck for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it was perfect. Got us a good weekly rate of $13,250, and miles was 30. Let's see here. What was it? 3553 or something like that. It came out to $372 a mile with all my deadhead included. So reasonable week, pretty good revenue. That's right up there with about as good as I can do. But next week's going to suffer, guys. We know that because we're going to the Pacific Northwest, and the Pacific Northwest is just, it leaves a lot to be desired on rate right now in this market. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Right now it's bad. It's not been good. We'll do okay. I think follow the channel for next week. Next week's video, you'll see what our rates are. It's certainly going to be not very good. I think we'll do reasonable, but it won't be very good. So we kind of, made a lot of money this week, and we're going to take a little bit of a loss next week. But anyway, that's the weekly recap, the weekly review, whatever you want to call it. That's what we did for the week. Pretty flawless week, really. All 3 loads were coils. I don't know how that happened, but all 3 loads were coil loads. All 3 loads were tarped with a long haul at the end. So pretty reasonable week. I was pretty happy about it. We didn't have any broker shenanigans this week. All the brokers were very good to me, very, very respectful. Now, the broker stuff that I've bitched and moaned about and complained about in my previous videos, I just wanted to clarify something. That's not really been the broker. That's been the brokerage, the company, the corporate that I've been bitching and moaning about. With the tracking apps, with all the crap, with the phone calls, with the bothering the driver, waking him up in the middle of the night, right? That's not really the broker's responsibility. He doesn't even know that stuff's going on, and he doesn't like that goes on. That's the brokerage. That's the corporate. And I wish we could stop that. But when you work with large brokers, large brokerages, you're going to get some of that crap that you don't like. And that's what I've been bitching and moaning and complaining about in my rant videos. If you go back and watch some of my rant videos, I get pretty angry with this sort of stuff because it's just awful what they do. But again, these are not the guys that I'm talking to. These are not the guys that we're booking the loads with normally. It's the company. It's corporate making these decisions. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys, but I didn't have any broker shenanigans that I was pissed about this week, thank goodness. So I'm less pissed this week. That's good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that I put it together in a good way. I haven't yet edited any of the videos, so hopefully I will edit everything properly. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like these videos where I kind of compile everything from the week into one video so you can see how the week turned out. I'm probably going to shorten up a lot of the tarping videos, which means you're going to miss a lot of the load securement stuff. But if I made everything long, it'd be a 4-hour long video, guys. So anyway, like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Hopefully you guys are getting that good rate. Flatbed rates are killer right now. That's great. However, I'm a little nervous that the party's going to end soon. So I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, that'll be the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, I'm here with these aluminum coils in Olympia, Washington. I already checked in. They told me to line up by this door on tarp. And they'll pull the coils off. I got that Conestoga behind me. Almost thought to ask if they wanted me to have him go first, because he should be able to be on tarp before me, but we'll see. Okay. Like I said, that's not a bad idea to keep that coil from shifting forward, in case you have to really hit the brakes. But other plants always made it clear that you're never supposed to touch the outside of the coil. So each plant's a little different, I guess. All right, well, down to folding up tarps. So I haven't folded 6-foot tarps in a while because normally I use 4-foots, but it's the same thing. I always just go to the center and then keep doubling up. Right now we're just down to putting the gear away and waiting for them to come and get the coils. At this point, no one's waiting on me, so I'm gonna slow down a little bit, take my time, put everything away correctly. Oops. When people are waiting on me, I like to get things caught up quickly, and that's why I had the tarps down over here, so while I was doing all the cleanup, they could come get the coils. All right, I'm gonna turn the video off. You guys don't need to see me clean up my gear, so that'll be the end. That closes out this week nicely, guys. So next week we'll be coming out of Washington State, and be prepared for a pretty bad rate.
All right, guys, that's it. The video's over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like flatbed content, and I'll leave you guys with just a little bit of driving video. This was on Monday in the start of the week. This was driving through Pennsylvania. So enjoy, and thank you for watching, guys.
just got the address, put it in, and started driving. I haven't had time to look at my approach. So hopefully I'll stop at the light up here and I'll be able to
zoom into my map and figure out where I'm going to come in for a landing.
Keep right towards Carnegie.
Carnegie, that's my exit. I don't like to come in blind like this, but I wasn't allowed to park anywhere. You know, when you're not allowed to park anywhere, what the hell do you do? The only thing you're allowed to do is drive.
Turn right at the traffic light.
I'm gonna let this. Oh, that cop wasn't. There was a cop trying. I thought he was gonna go up on my side of me, but I need this lane to turn. There we go, green light.